What's up YouTube, Mr. Legacy here, and today we're going to be starting the Blizzard guided playthrough for Diablo 2 Resurrected Sorceress. Now we just came off our Vengeance guided playthrough, which was much slower, and I was checking out the characters we still had because we have this in LOD, but not in D2R, and I saw this and I thought, oh thank God, something that is a little faster. I enjoyed the Vengeance guided playthrough, but I'm ready to play a little bit faster than that. So let's first take a look at the Sorceress. Of course, you can see she starts very low life, very low vitality, lots of energy. Otherwise, her stats are pretty low. She actually has great energy gain, but bad life gain per vitality point. Even still, though, we will want to, of course, have plenty of life just so we can survive. Now, if we are going to be running Blizzard, our focus will be getting into Blizzard ASAP, which is level 24 required. On the way there, there's Glacial Spike, Ice Blast, Ice Bolt, and then, of course, Cold Mastery at 30. So these will be the skills we will be focusing on. For gear, we'll be looking for FCR gear, that's faster cast rate. We'll be looking for plus to skills, and then of course any just plus to life resistances, general stuff for survivability. Otherwise, static is always nice just for a little bit of damage. Teleport, of course, just for utility to move around. And then if we wanted, we could get a point in warmth. But generally a point in warmth is not very good until you have many plus skills. So getting one early, generally not worth it. Now, we are at the start right here, and before I begin, I want to give a disclaimer for normal, which is, again, Blizzard is level 24 required. You're not going to be getting that until you're like the end of normal. So, if the middle to end. So, if you are wanting to get there, there are kind of a couple options. The first one is playing down through the cold tree. It's a little bit weaker, okay? You have to note the early cold skills are not that great. Playing through lightning or playing through fire are much faster and much better. So I would recommend going like Charge Bolt into Nova or Fire Bolt into Fireball. Both of those will be a faster time. Heck, even Blaze will be faster. Playing through the cold, Ice Bolt's not very good. Ice Blast is not very good. Glacial Spike has nice AoE, but the damage is pretty low. Frost Nova is okay, but it will fall off pretty quickly. However, we may be able to justify getting Frost Nova and jamming it up through at least 24. It could be decent in like the Flare Jungle, maybe if it's maxed or something. But it is a little unfortunate that its synergies, Blizzard and Frozen Orb, are both down here. So we can't boost the damage with like Ice Bolt or Ice Blast or something to help it out. That being said, since this is a cold source and this character will be playing pretty quickly, I'm going to go ahead and just start with the cold. And we can then decide if we want to be Frost Nova or Glacial Spike, whatever it is. I'll probably start in the Frost Nova section. And then we will move on to Glacial Spike if needed. Because if I respec into Glacial Spike, that will be setting me up anyways for Blizzard, since Glacial Spike is a synergy. So in this playthrough, of course, join me, play along, pause if I get too far ahead, speed up if you're too far ahead with the video, and yeah, we can just kind of go from there. Something to note, I am starting off on players 8. So I literally type /players space 8 in the chat. Oops, let's go here. Right there, as such. And basically you can change between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever you want. And when changing this, it will change the number of players. You can also do so in your gameplay. Down at the very bottom, there's an offline difficulty scaling. This simulates as if there are more players in the game. Now, what does that mean? It means the game will be harder, but there will be more drops and more experience. So you can see these mobs are not dying in like one shot, they're dying in 5 shots or whatever. But I'm gaining more experience for killing them than normal. So that is just a fun, easy way to gain a little bit of experience a little bit faster. Can just help you level up and can be really nice when you come across something like this right here, which is a super chest. If you see this chest on this area, that's a super chest. And if you pop that on players 8 many times, you will get a lot of experience. We'll go ahead and grab this guy. Now, this is also a mana intensive build. So I'm going to actually put some early points into energy. Of course, we can respec out of these later on, but right now we're going to start there. In terms of gear, what am I looking for? Well, I'd love to find a 2 open socket armor because I want to get a stealth. Stealth is Tal and Ethrune. And if I can get a 2-socket armor early on, I can do that. Before I go in the den, I like to go down to players 1.
This place is trouble.
Just because trying to kill the den on players 8 will burn through our mana. Just like, it'll be brutal. Beat the game with a necromancer using attract or confuse. Sounds tedious, but possible. I also would love a 2-socket helm. Later on, I'd like to make a lore helm that is Ort and Soul together. But early on, it can actually just be really nice to put a couple of tier runes in it for mana per kill. You can put Row runes in it for fire reds because fire gets pretty nasty later on. Really gives you some options. I will, because I'm going to be jamming Frost Nova, but nothing really helps Frost Nova, I'm going to use some of these earlier points here in some other ways. So this one I will put into Frozen Armor, because basically every point in Ice Bolt right now is not actually going to be helping with our Frost Nova damage, right? I will additionally go 5 more points into energy. Again, I like kind of having more energy in these builds, and we'll spec out of it later. We can get some vitality next, and feel free to, if you're too worried about it, feel free to get more vitality going for yourself. So we'll just do some nice easy killing. Notice that I stock up on mana potions when I'm back at Akara. This is of course because it does still take a lot of mana just for all of these mobs to die. So that'll be a common theme, is needing to restock on mana. We answer Twitch and YouTube chat. I was just doing kind of some intro discussions, but okay. And we have 2 additional skill points here. I will, of course, want a point in static when I get to level 6. That's just really useful. And a point in telekinesis, so at 18 we can have a point in teleport. We're level 4 though right now. We'll stay players 8. We can slow play it, or if you would like, you don't have to go in the Frost Nova. You can just go right into Ice Bolt here and go Ice Bolt, Ice Bolt, Ice Bolt, Ice Blast, Ice Blast, Ice Blast, and then Glacial Spike, just all straight down. But I do want to try out a little bit more of Frost Nova early and see how we can make it work and if it's any bit decent or not. Now, this is a beautiful boss group that we're going to get a whole level from. but it will take a tiny bit of time. Yeah, this is a tough start. It's tough starting cold. You know what? I'm gonna join you guys. I'm gonna just do this way rather than Frost Nova, because I'm not sure Frost Nova will actually be that great. It's good against some very weak mobs, but beyond that, it's not that great. Now, why am I stopping to fight such a horrible boss pack when you see this, right? Yes, I'll play PoE. The reason is because look at my experience every single time I kill one of these monsters. It jumps like crazy. Maybe we still go into Frost Nova even, honestly. Doesn't matter too much. We can save that next point and then it's basically the same. So we can of course also just use our fireball if we want. We have that, but like I say, this will take a tiny bit of time for the kill. But again, the amount of experience we gain for a relatively safe fight is very solid. Getting to level 6 is helpful. And this is also player's 8, remember. I want this one. Okay, so we're at level 5. I'll go ahead and save my level 5. That way I can get Frost Nova and Static Field at the same point. I was going to be so mad if that was +3 to Charge Bolt. And we'll do that so we can actually get more potions and we can kill these guys and move on. I'll go ahead and go more Vitality again. This is a cold source playthrough, yes. And like I say, if I had like Charge Bolt right now, these guys would have been dead a bit ago. Like this is the slowest start you can have by starting with Cold Source. She is the slowest of the 3 starters. So it is recommended to play the others, but I want people to be able to have a guide for all of the different variations, and we have fire and lightning guides. So why not have a cold? How is Blaze Firewall? Blaze is actually really solid. I don't know if I have a Blaze guided playthrough, but if I don't, I should. I might have one. Now, something you can also do if you want is throw javelins. There is a lot of damage in thrown javelins. You can see 9 to 28 as opposed to 5 to 8. Right? So this is not just, I mean obviously these javelins have more damage, but it would take a lot more ice bolts to kill these guys than just to throw javelins.
I am overburdened.
Why no tomes? I should have bought a town portal scroll at least. We'll just find a scroll of TP somewhere. So, the power of early javelins, and they don't even have to be rare. Like I say, you could literally just go shop some white javelins. They'll still be very strong. Alright, so we level up. We hit 6 right there. I will get a point in Static, a point in Frost Nova, and I'm going to have Strangling Gas Potions. None of these are 100% necessary. But they all can be beneficial in providing their own bit of damage. This is also another very dangerous spot. Right? Rakinishu is quite spicy. Thank you, Evil Matt. But is great experience. So, we can go with that and continue with our Frost Nova. And we'll go with more life. Consider using gem shrines on sapphires because cold mana is intensive. Yes, so putting sapphires into like 2-socket helms can be very helpful early on for this character. And I can use static. I can use my strangling gas. And of course, just our Frost Nova. Also, light mana potions will be your friend, as they have some nice additional damage. Or nice additional regen, excuse me. And we'll actually go more energy. Again, I like having a lot of energy on this build. So yeah, you literally get 80 versus 40. But then the speed is faster as well, of course. So I can come in here, and now my Frost Nova damage is starting to increase a bit. Or you can kind of just use it a little bit more frequently, especially on Fallens and Fallen packs. And one of the best things you'll find is actually if you try and use this on a Fallen pack, like a Champion Fallen pack, that's kind of your primo spot. Champion Fallen packs and Champion Shaman packs. Because there's just a lot of experience there, and they aren't going to do, they're not going to have tons and tons of life, so you'll be able to kill them quickly. Also, of course, tier runes will do quite nicely. Schlanker Bengal. Thank you very much. But we'll just continue running around, looking, seeing what we come across. I like to go and target the boss groups, kind of like that one I was talking about earlier. And the reason is because boss groups give 500% experience. So these guys are nice and they're fine to kill. You get experience for them. And kill as much or as little as you would like. But boss groups and all of their minions, so the boss and their minions, provide 500% experience and are additional levels higher. It'll be 3 levels higher than normal, so there's just a lot of experience to be had. Now, something I also look at, for instance, this is a boss group right here, right? Soul is the boss. This is the group. You can see me staticking them down because static is amazing. And then we can just go into some Frost Nova to finish these dudes off. Pretty straightforward. But something that I'm looking at when I come across those groups is what are the modifiers on it, right? Is it a cold enchanted boss group? Are they cursed? Are they extra strong? Whatever it is important to note because that's going to sometimes determine if you wish to fight them or not. Cold enchanted archers or extra strong or cursed archers, a lot of times I say, no thank you, I'm okay. But fire enchanted, okay, that's not too bad here. Or, you know, if I'm fighting the stone skin there, that's fine. You know, I'm not going to care nearly as much, right? So let's go ahead and find the waypoint. We found the tower. We're in the Black Marsh. Again, we're looking for Tal plus Eth. I'm going to go 5 more vitality. And I'm also looking for tier if possible. And just some nice sapphires. Like was said in the chat there, because again, the more mana and mana per kill and everything you can get, the better for this character. It'll make it a lot easier. Where's our waypoint at? So that kind of introduces a lot of the character. If there's any questions in chat, feel free to ask them. I can take them. Additionally, don't forget to use your Prime sub. So a lot of times, all the static with a poison gas potion can also be a nice way. Why Blizzard good? High damage, chill, AoE. Or freeze. Remember, you'd always want to be checking for 2-socket armors there. However, if you don't find them right there, you can always go and get them over at Charcy. So you can just do a shop, sell that. And you can just look for 2 open socket armors and 2 open socket helmets.
Hoping to see more baby llama trauma drama.
And just all the such. Baby llama trauma drama. Wait, what's the trauma? Go another point to Frost Nova. We'll go ahead and fill this out. Sell these things. 1 mana per kill on a ring is fantastic. 3 dexterity we don't need. And something you might note is, oh no, you only have 2 strangling gas potions left. Well, if you sell it, it refills it to 25. Then you can buy it back, and now I have 25. So as long as you can afford it, you are good to go. Other than that, we will just fill out on some potions there, and I'll go a little more vitality. Hello. WASD is working now. Don't do it. I will put my video, which is 8 minutes and 11 seconds. Take that, Gymnasium. On YouTube now.
This place holds many secrets.
So this is multi-shot archers. Probably a little scary to get too close into. But I can try and dive in here and there and mix and match. Again, kind of using all of the pieces that I have. We can poison them. We can Frost Nova. Or we could, of course, just skip this box. There's nothing wrong with sometimes just saying, I'm good, and not fighting a boss like this because they're just a little too difficult. Also, we don't quite do enough damage right now to put them in hit recovery, which is the sad part. So normally, what really can be helpful is putting mobs into hit recovery. And once you have, enough points, you do enough damage to them, you can start to do that, and it will be generally much better. Like I say, we don't really have that yet, so we have to be a little careful. But this is Stone Skin Ghost right here, which means we can come in, just kind of pound them down.
As a father of 2, 4-year and 1-year-old.
Aw.
I almost never find time to watch live or play. Now I'm recovering from an orthopedic surgery, nothing serious, and I have a lot of time, so I started D2R again. Let me just say thank you for all the content.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Deadman on Fire with the 20. Crazy. Also, congratulations on your little beauties as well. Okay, level 12. Again, if we wanted to get into Nova or whatever, we could right now, but I'm going to just stick Frost Nova because that is what we are doing. His new vid has no BVM. What? What does that even mean? Wait, why does it have no sound? But you guys have sound here. What? Oh my god, it has no sound because Cooley's audio is muted. Wow, it's Cooley's video is the problem. Or shrine. That's annoying. Okay, well, we'll have to redo it without Cooley's Ghost Walk video piece, I guess. Super annoying. Again, we have archers. And we're actually starting to do some hit recovery as well. We'll just have to redo that later, I guess.
Not enough mana.
Blame Cooley. Now, before we kill the Countess, we want to change to players 1. We can spawn the Countess on players 8, but just before she actually dies... Are you kidding me? Every time. Never on a speedrun. It's never ever on a speedrun.
I hope to find other signatures.
The reason you change to players 1 is she'll actually drop more runes on players 1 than on players 8. That is specifically only for the Countess. Now, what are we looking for? We are looking for Tal rune and Eth rune to make stealth. This gives us faster run walk. This gives us faster cast rate. This gives us faster hit recovery. 3 beautiful things. Once you get these, you can move forward if you would like. Additionally, you can continue farming, hoping to get some tier runes or something of that nature, or just for leveling up a little bit more in general. I also do like to keep some gems. Chip gems can be really nice for gold and or just re-rolling some things later. We will go over that at a later stage. We can also look for a staff with mana per kill or with 1 to Frost Nova on it. I can't afford that Frost Nova, but that's okay. 1 to mana per kill I actually kind of like a little more, and it's only 200 gold. So let's do that. Now we have 2 mana per kill. Additionally, we have more stats. I'll go 5 more vitality and 5 more energy. Kano found Shaco from Nightmare Bale? Oh my god. I mean, he's gonna break it. Like I said, the hardcore Bale time isn't that great, so I'm not... That'll just be what it is. Okay, so we go back to players 8, and we continue forward. Just collecting. That's not a 2-open socket cap, so I don't really want it. Yo!
Thanks to you, I returned to D2 after many years. Good thing you're here. Greetings from Poland.
Thank you so much, Camille. Okay, so like I say, it does seem like we're starting to get some hit recovery breaking with them, so you can see they're getting stunned when I hit them sometimes. So we'll pop them a little bit there, get some damage, and hey, there's a 2-socket cap.
I find most people boring, but not you. Tie for being you, sir.
Thanks, Baston. Alright, in there. We have Fire Enchanted, which will be a little added damage here. I don't want to get hit too much, but not too big a deal. And we'll go Frost Nova again. And just continue down. So I'm really, again, just focusing on killing the boss groups down in the tower. And then, you know, if some random dudes come up on me, maybe some, like, Fallens I'll 2-shot or something, but... Yes, you have to be level 17 to equip Stealth. I am only level 14. So that's why it is red. You can put it on, but if I die, it'll go back to my inventory, so... Just a way to save a little space. That is Cold Enchanted Archers, and like we talked about before, sometimes certain boss groups you just leave alone. We'll go down to players 1. Hopefully we can snag a tier rune here. We get a Ral rune instead, which isn't a terrible rune. And we'll come back in. Yes, Frost Nova is very mana draining, which is why I'm up to 60 energy right now. Again, I will be respecking out of this later on, so it's not the end of the world. But we are investing heavily in our mana right now.
I need a key.
Because, again, it's a lot. It costs 17 mana per cast right now. Now, if you did save those early Ice Bolt points, just to be a little bit slower there, you could have put those points into static, just to have a slightly bigger static. So those 2 additional points there. Additionally, you could save 1 for telekinesis. But not a big deal. Why am I playing Frost Noveling for leveling? Because I wanted to change it up. I mean, we have a lot of guides that will have, you know, using Charge Bolt early, using Fireball, Firebolt early. So why not have a guide that uses Frost Nova early? Do I think it's good or just mediocre? I mean, I think it's doing fine. Oh, hello. Don't love that lightning enchant. We'll go ahead and throw some gas potions over there. Gas potions. Be some nice damage.
Impossible.
There we go. Also check the Eagle Orb. Maybe something nice there. And again, chip gems. I will pick up. 1 to Frost Nova, 2 to Static Field, 10 FC. I mean, what are we even doing here? Alright, well. Just outrageous. I don't even have things to say. Alright, we'll go down to players 1 for a Countess kill. And just a Neph rune, so no tier runes here. Again, you can kill as many times or as few times as you would like. Nothing really useful there for us. We'll go ahead and sell these guys. And we can move forward. We're level 15, almost 16. I feel good about that.
I can't. I can't. Impossible.
So Frost Nova is definitely, you know, picking up 35 to 42 damage per hit. Pretty solid. Again, this is players 8 still. Like being on the high player counts with it. And especially with static, because static is a percentage of HP. Basically, even on players 8, if they have tons of HP, you can still static them down to 1 HP in normal. In Nightmare, down to 33%, and Hell down to 50%. He's still playing this game? He's still playing this game. We'll play Path of Exile 2 on Friday. And then we'll see basically how much of that we play will depend on how much you guys are enjoying it. There's also a gift to subs.
I can't.
Get a Chimera in the game during launch time there, so note that and save them for this channel, please, or your favorite channel, whatever. Alright, more Frost Nova. That is 16 for point 17. If you have not already, go ahead and save up a point for telekinesis so that we can get teleport at 18.
If there was magic here, it's long gone now. I can't. Not enough mana.
Grab the waypoint, sure. Zero Socket Death Cryptic Axe from Chaos, Larzik, or Cube and Prey. I mean, whenever you're in those questions, you have to just think, do I want it to hit the max sockets? Oh wow, and we actually got the setup too.
Not enough mana.
Kind of.
Not enough mana. I can't.
So basically you just go look and say, what is the max sockets it can get? If I want that, I should Larzik. If not, I should just Cube and Prey. Okay, so I actually have a really nice setup in the jail here because I can continually come back over and over again to this spot. 9 to life, 6 cold res is a fantastic charm. We will keep that. 4 to mana is also more mana technically, so we'll keep that for now. And we'll go like this. We'll go 5 more vitality. We'll go back to the jail here.
If there was magic
So,
here, it's
in the
long
jail,
gone now.
there are guaranteed, or just on many maps, there are guaranteed boss spawns or champion spawns. And in jail, right in this area, you're guaranteed to get a champion group. And sometimes it is a fallen group. And in normal, it'll always be the same group. Thus, you can continue to farm it over and over again. And it's actually used on the world record fastest sorceress run ever. Oh, there's another one, but it's just champion archers, which are not worth nearly as much.
I can't.
So it's actually used to get to 18 very quickly for an early teleport. Level 17, I'll go ahead and actually get some more strength. And there's our exit. And the reason that I want to get strength right there is I want to go up to 25 strength so I can use a big boy belt, which will have 12 potions instead of 6, which is just helpful for this character.
Impossible.
Okay, it is a curse boss, so we need to be a little careful of getting hit by these wraiths. And just the archers in general.
I can't carry anymore.
Otherwise, more decent experience. And we'll keep farming around. 12 instead of 8. Did I say 6? You got into D2 4 weeks ago. Did some grinding on D2 Reimagined and PD2, but at this point it got dull. Yeah, I mean, for some people, they just want to do it for a little bit of time, and that's fine. For others, you can keep playing it. I really enjoy the base game more. I find that the mods, hold my attention for a little bit, but ultimately, base game just is a lot more fun to me. So, but I bounce around between the mods here and there.
I can't.
Okay, we'll
This
keep
place chills me to
running
the bone.
around.
Impossible. Not enough mana. I need mana. I can't.
And maybe we'll get 18 here very
I can't
soon.
carry anymore.
And we can teleport.
I can't.
Base game hits different, man.
I can't.
Any way to play an armored polearm wielding
I
sorceress?
can't.
I mean, you can always force it, but you don't really have much except enchant. So all you would do is be an enchantress with that. And you'd be just slow moving, slow going. Unless you want to have the polearm be infinity and you play Nova, but I don't think that's what you're asking. No WSD. We did it, and then we stopped doing it. It was so bad. Huh, wait a second. Was it down over there?
Impossible.
I really thought this was a dead end leader, but oh, it opened up. Alright, well, that's fine. We got more experience anyways. And here will be level 18. So level 18 for us is teleport, which is just very useful. Now, there's not really a lot of reason to grab the waypoint here. I will take this experience though. Very juicy. As the waypoint is, I mean, normal Andariel's not much to farm, but you can grab it if you want. I mean, she can drop Blood Fist, she can drop Sorceress pieces, she can drop, you know, some basics. So, up to you. If there's terrorized Andy, I guess it can be alright. That's true.
I need mana. I can't carry anymore.
That is a good point. Now, for the most part at this point, we just are looking for Andariel. We have a great level. We're level 18 already and a half. So, you know, we can kill some stuff if we want that we come across, but even then, we don't have to. We could literally just move forward to the end.
Not enough mana.
Now, before we kill Andariel, I'm actually going to go down to players 3. I could remain on a high player count. Players 8 if I want, because static's super OP.
Must farm 1 GG item for your current build off every boss before moving forward.
It's kind of fun.
The order welcomes
2 to mana's not quite enough to stick around on it. All res 5 is nice. 2 strength and poison res is a little weak. We'll pick up some mana potions here. And we will head forward and make sure we static Andariel down. Remember, in normal, you can static down all the way to 1 HP. So we can really get some static going. You can also, of course, pop all of the stuff and finish her off. Just like that.
the evil queen has fallen.
Grab all those. And GG, just like that. Act number 1 is done. Well done. Simple. You can take a look at these. Honestly, not great. They have 6 cold res. That's all I really care about. I'd rather have the light res from these gloves. Berserkers, nothing. 10 energy is nice, but we have a really nice... Like, I would use this if I didn't have this, you know. And now we can buy a belt. And look at this. What a beautiful belt. This is where shopping can just come really in hand. You can always look at gloves, boots, belts when you're shopping. And you may come across something wonderful like that. So we make sure we're at 25 strength. We can upgrade our belt right here. I'll also put some gems away, put some rejuves away, and some gold. And now we can go as such. Oops. Let me, So a quick way to buy potions is literally just shift right click to fill your belt. Then you just take your belt off, put your belt back on, and it will fill it up. Right? Then you can do rinse and repeat. We'll go back to players 8. And we will continue. He is cursed, but there is a well nearby, so I'm not super worried. Ooh, a tear rune. Alright, so with the tear rune, we'll go ahead and put that into our helmet. Just to increase that mana per kill. So now we're getting 4 mana per kill, which is just going to continue to help us out. You can do Radament if you would like for the bonus skill point. Always useful.
I can't.
And I forgot we do have teleport, so we can, you know, teleport around if we would like. Regardless, however you move in, you're generally going to have a similar style. I say style. What I mean is, generally your play style will be teleport in, Frost Nova, static, and then static, you know, 4, 5, 6 times, whatever it is, and then do whatever killing spell after that. In this case, Frost Nova is our killing spell, so we'll just continue Frost Novaing, but that is the general way that we'll go about it. Let's go find a waypoint here, but of course we can move in. And we can try and avoid Mold Jewel a little bit. And we'll just kill his minions, because killing his minions is just as valuable as killing the boss. So you don't have to only kill the minions, right? Let's see, where are you, waypoint? Beetle Burst is a great place to get a little experience as well.
I can't. Impossible. I can't. Not enough mana.
Kill there. So if you have a waypoint as well, you can save quit, come back in, kill Beta Burst, rinse and repeat, and farm up as many, you know, few levels, no problem whatsoever.
Impossible.
Still no waypoint.
I need mana. Not enough mana.
There we go. Head on back. And as you may note, this is a very mana intensive build. So we will be making sure to pick up jewels, scepters, wands, staves, heavy armors like, you know, breastplates or chainmails or whatever we can get here. Anything like that will be worth some decent cash to start, which just helps out a lot.
Not enough mana.
Eld rune. 2 more of those. We have another tier rune. Okay. And we got our cube. We can reset. Why are armors worth so much? They're just worth a few thousand. It's just nice. Ooh, thank you. Oh, never mind.
I'm about to make lunch.
Identify. Max stamina.
Finish my album.
Nice. Good job. How are you? Everybody say congrats, Moo. She had a big project and she got it taken care of. Also, really fast, the calculator has been added. To Icy Veins here. So, just a small note that you can now find the IAS calculator there that Warren has worked on. And this is just for all of your IAS needs. I'll pretty it up a little bit later on. But anything that you want to know about IAS, all the frames and everything are going to be right over here. So, good job, Warren. Alright, now we'll go into the Maggot Lair. I'm still on Players 8 because I can teleport past. And I can just teleport in to fight stuff I want to fight.
Impossible.
So, because of that, I will stay on the higher player count, whereas normally on most characters I'm dropping down to players 1. How many pizza rolls does Warren get? He doesn't get fired.
Impossible.
Just kidding. He gets all the pizza rolls he can dream of.
Impossible.
I've been feeding that kid for over a year. Like a year and a half now.
Good day.
Okay, so we grab the staff. Oops. So that's why your kids don't have food? Okay, my kids... Don't laugh at that, Moo. I thought you were gonna go make lunch.
I was peeing. Jeez.
Oh my god. No.
And you're not gonna get lunch.
I will play PoE 2, yes.
You leave Warren alone, so. Telling him
Warren's
you're gonna
fine.
spank him. You're telling me you want to move him into our house.
Well, yeah.
Got a little obsession. Warren, watch out.
Don't have a Warren of... Look, it would be cheaper, then I could pay him less because we could charge him room and board. Oh, is this... I thought I was muted. Hold on. Warren, delete that from the VOD. This is a cold source. We will probably do some morph a little bit later as we will need something else to supplement the blizzard. So we will add in like firewall or something, right?
Not enough mana.
How'd I end up meeting Warren? He came into the chat
Not enough
and hung out. So through the stream.
I sense strong magic within this place. Not enough mana.
Frozen Orb. Frozen Orb, while fun, doesn't really add another element. Right.
I can.
We need something not cold in hell.
I need mana.
Huh.
Not enough mana.
Fun map. Very interesting.
Impossible. Who would have thought that such primitive beings could cause so much trouble? I need mana. 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 Not enough mana. I need mana. I need mana.
Good enough. Okay. Got both of our pieces now. Cube them together. And just continue with potions. And it'll be really nice when we can get to higher levels of potions, but Frozen Orb Fireball is definitely another build.
Hello.
This will be probably, like I say, a Blizzard Firewall build. Frozen Orb Fireball, I feel like you generally run a little bit more of each.
I need mana.
Whereas Blizzard Firewall, you are a Blizzard build purely with the exception of firewalling the few mobs that you cannot kill otherwise. AKA Desace and Korlik. Frozen Orb Hydra is also decent.
I can't carry anymore.
So Grand Scepters can be worth some money. We will check them out. Anything with plus skills can be worth some money. We also have level 21, which is really nice. Oh, hello. That was some damage. I guess we're still on players 8, huh? It's fine.
I need a key.
Maybe we'll get a tier in there. Nope. Frozen Orb and Nova? Yeah, that was old school. Now, oh no, we ran out of Town Portal Scrolls. And she doesn't sell any. I don't want to go to another vendor. Is there anything I can do? Well, just like the Strangling Gas Potions, I can sell and rebuy the book right there. And that's an easy way to take care of it. Now we have a maxed out book. Check out the chest.
I can't carry it.
Chipped in there.
Good day.
I think that should have it. 14 to life is very nice. We will happily keep that.
This place actually.
Is there a use for the crafted items? Which ones?
I need mana. I need mana.
Crafted, I mean, I generally craft at least one thing per run. Okay, we got a third way. A little spicy. We'll just head through.
The guide chat is really waiting for his how to first weigh the arcane.
It ain't coming. We tried to find how, and it's just not possible, sadly.
I need mana. I need mana.
There's a Flawed Sapphire. If we want, we could put that in our helm, but I'm actually going to wait on it. See if we can get something better. Maybe another tier in somewhere. Be really nice. Hey, Steven.
Impossible. Impossible.
Now you can kill more here. You can wait here to kill stuff if you want as well. Kind of up to you what you're feeling. I don't mind killing a little bit more, but we're also good enough at this point we can definitely just push forward to the end
Impossible.
and go kill Mr. Andariel.
I need mana. I need mana. I need mana.
Now I'll make sure we're going to go down to players 1. Again, you could actually stay on a higher player count if you really wanted to. It did not say I did. And we did find 10 FCR. I'll go ahead and keep that, as more FCR is generally better. Now, if you're also worried, you can get some thawing potions, and this will give you 50 cold res for 30 seconds. Each one you drink. Thus, we now have 2 minutes of an additional 50 cold res. We are at 61 cold res. Down to players 1. Head on in. And Andariel's not too bad on the source. You just have to do a little kiting. And make sure you kind of keep him frozen to help out. Otherwise, just like that, Andariel is no more, and Act 2 is done. How easy was that?
Diablo and Bale have escaped me.
Pretty easy. Oh gosh, Gigas. Give him ideas. Give yourselves the clap. Nice and simple. Okay, now in Act 3, moving up a potion is going to be helpful. So this is where I'll go ahead and sell my light potions. And with the Sorceress, you're generally always buying the highest level potion that you can get. Just kind of what you're aiming for. Additionally, we can look for, obviously there's like mana per kill, whatever, but I'm just going to pick up, that's actually a really nice mana. I'm going to pick up a couple of wands. And the main reason is we can use these chip gems to re-roll them in our cube and get more money. So I can do this. This is just a plain wand, and presto, it has 2 to Blood Golem on it now. And I can go sell that for 15,000 gold in Act 3, 20,000 gold in Act 4, whatever it is, right? Can do the same thing here. Presto, 2 to Bone Spear, 1 to Bone Wall. Ah, wish I was a necromancer with that. Again, more gold just from that one simple trick. So that's an easy way to build the gold up. Now I'll be doing PoE 2 stuff and things.
I can.
I am on players 1 right now. That's okay, we'll just continue. I actually don't mind players 1 through the Spider Forest. Generally it's in the Flare Jungle that I like to increase the player count. Also, if you are considering putting a Row rune in your helm to get more resistances, now would be the time to do so, as fire is going to really start to become problematic here soon. There's a splint mail, that's worth some money. Here's the spider cavern.
Not enough mana.
Grab some rejuves, grab an eye. And we can get out. Now, hitting level 24 in Act 3 is, I don't want to say the easiest thing, but this is definitely a solid place where you will be able to do so. So this is kind of our aim for where we can shift over if we would like. I'll also grab a clasp orb. Additionally, I did not get the imbue quest in Act 1, but now that I have a white orb here, I may consider going and getting it just to try and roll on that. Though that one is worth some decent money actually, so maybe I'll keep it. Nothing super useful, but we do have Great Marsh here. And we don't know if we have a skip or not. And it looks like we don't. Oh wait, it cuts back. Let's see.
Impossible.
Looks like no.
I need mana. Not enough mana.
So it's always hard to know, do you continue through the Great Marsh or do you continue through the Flare Jungle? It looks like in this case, continuing through the Flare Jungle was correct. Thank you very much, Moo. So now we get the Flare. And I'm actually going to go back to Player's Aid in the Flare Jungle. This is one of my favorite places to farm experience, because you get a lot of little dudes that you can take care of pretty quickly.
Yes.
Poison damage doesn't do anything. Not actually worth that much gold, so we will re-roll it. If anything is worth max gold, generally, and I don't need the gold, I like to just hold on to it. This is, of course, if you're playing truly solo self-found. If you're not playing solo self-found, then you can kind of look and go, ah, okay. You know, I can just take gold from elsewhere. It's not a big deal. The skip or non-skip I'm talking about is purely the Flare Jungle is sometimes connected to the Great Marsh, and sometimes connected to the Spider Forest, and sometimes connected to both. And so, for instance, in that last one, or in this game, it was connected only to the Spider Forest. So going through the Great Marsh was pointless, right?
I can't. Not enough mana.
And as you can see, the experience is just really nice here,
I am overburdened. I need mana.
because there's just a lot of guys to kill, and thankfully we can kill them.
I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, so the maps, that's why the maps can be very confusing. I do have a guide on how to know your way around these maps. It's still very confusing, even with all the knowledge. Still, sometimes you just will go the wrong way. Just gonna happen. We'll continue Vitality and Frost Nova. We're level 23, so we are coming up on 24 here. We can set a TP. We'll go down in the Flare Dungeon later. And this Flare Jungle is okay. It's not like jam-packed with all sorts of good stuff for experience. But it has okay density. There's definitely times where the density is better than this, though, and you just have it like flooded all around and you can get tons of levels and experience. So if you want that, you can always just reset the maps. Very simple, easy way to do it. Off-road, thank you.
Sorceress, Basic.
Basic. Hey, we just finished the Vengeance Paladin, okay? Just like the opposite of basic.
Not enough mana.
It's kind of a hard kill there. I'm actually just gonna skip it. They're a little bit too brutal. Okay, we'll look for a waypoint.
I can't.
And we'll kill right here. Hey!
Off-Road Turkey became a member. Off-Road Turkey celebrates 2 months of membership. True. I loved that Vengeance run.
I can't.
It was a wild one. So, when we're looking for Miss Serena here, this is 1, a great place to farm, Battle Maid Serena, and 2, a good place to get some experience. And also,
I can't carry anymore.
Lamb Essence Tome, which is right there. Gets you some stats. Also, here's a Gem Shrine. Gem Shrines will upgrade the furthest since interacted with gem in your inventory. So let's say I have 3 gems in my inventory. Let's just pretend that this is a ruby. If I pick this up and put it down and click the Gem Shrine, it'll upgrade the chip skull to a flawed skull. If I pick this up and put this down, now the ruby is the longest it's interacted with, and that one would then be upgraded to a flawless ruby, right? If it was just a plain ruby. So whatever is there, to be safe, you can always just have only 1 gem in your inventory, or if you have no gems, it'll just drop a random chipped gem. So, just some fun little tips about gem shrines.
Not enough mana.
But you can always use it to just have like a single flawless amethyst or something in there, and then you know that you're going to get a perfect amethyst. Let's put a couple of those away. And we can go turn those things in as well. Sell. Oops, could have kept that one. Extra gold, don't need. Half freeze duration, don't need. Get some mana potions. The sweet spot for Magic Find is generally around like 250 to 300. But, you know, it's always just a little more is a little better. We'll go more vitality and we will increase our life there. I will be on the Path of Exile 2 on the Friday.
I can't. Not enough mana.
Gotta give it a try, and they're not giving us anything for Season 9 and D2R.
Not enough mana.
Okay, I have the Resist Fire Shrine, so I feel a little bit safer currently to jump in on these guys. Otherwise, I would definitely feel a little nervous with the Soul Killer Shamans around. We do have 24. I'm going to continue with Frost Nova for now until we respec.
I need mana.
We got WASD. It's true.
Not enough mana. I need mana.
Okay, perfect. One socket there. Cool.
Not in town.
So now we are level 24, which means we can go back and respec into Blizzard.
THX, now I'll make my daily donation to the diaper fund.
Wow. Varthamis with the daily donation to the diaper fund. Thank you for keeping my girls clothed. Well, diapered. We'll go back up to 26 strength so we can continue to use the belt. If we want to go to 34 strength, we can use a large shield with that, and then we can get Ancient's Pledge. But we can also put that in the next few levels, right? Not a big deal. If we want any bit more in mana, I'm going to go ahead and go up to 50 energy, because I want this just to be able to teleport around a little bit and stuff for now. It's just kind of helpful to have, but the rest we'll put into vitality to get our life up a little bit more. Otherwise, we will go for Blizzard. We will go for our point into teleport. And at this point, I actually like to put a couple more points into static, just to make it a little bit bigger of a static. Otherwise, we can go all the way down to either Ice Blast or Glacial Spike, kind of your pick. I'll max Glacial Spike, and I'll go ahead and max Ice Blast. We can, of course, respec again later to get into Cold Mastery after Nightmare there. And we can set our skills up. And be good to go. So again, having that static range just can help with a little bit. And I actually like to put Glacial Spike over here on my left click personally.
It's locked.
Okay, so that was a really nice map.
Not enough mana.
Yes, we will remake our WASD video because it ran into some issues. Varth, thank you again. Extremely generous.
Not enough mana.
A lot of people in chat still have their, we'll go down to players 1 for Travancore, their daily diaper donation to do, but you know, stream has still got time.
I need mana. I need mana. I am overburdened. Impossible.
Oh yes. Let's go ahead and move that out. Grab this, put it here. And put that there. Easiest playthrough for the Sorceress. We're now getting to the easier part of it. It definitely was more difficult early, but now that we have Blizzard active, it's easier. Though, I mean, like, honestly, that was pretty smooth.
I need mana.
You know? Now, do you have to respec? If you're in Frost Nova, you're going to want to respec because Frost Nova is not a synergy to Blizzard, so all those points would just be wasted, right? If you were not doing Frost Nova, but instead were running down here and going into Ice Blast and then a Glacial Spike, then you could just continue into Blizzard and you don't have to respec at all. So it kind of just depends which way you were choosing to play it. Anyways, like I was going to say there, you can choose to continue and farm normal Mephisto, getting the waypoint if you would like. I don't super recommend it. Normal Mephisto's also pretty weak. The normal bosses aren't like super great for farming, but there are whatchamacallits, terror zones. It could be, you know, decent with terror zones, so who knows. Agreed, Varth.
What do you need?
I'm going to keep my FCR. It's actually a pretty nice belt. 14 life, 18 mana, 14 light res. But we do have a decent belt here as well, and I don't know if I want to go up to 45 strength yet, so it's not good enough to hold. Actually, I just realized we will want to move up a potion to the greater mana potions. Again, just helpful for teleporting and everything. 411, wow.
Not in town. I need mana. I need mana. I need mana.
Plains of Despair, we will find Mr. Isual.
Enough mana. I need mana. I need mana.
Best source spec without infinity? You're probably looking at it right here. Blizzard source is really nice. Does not need infinity to
I need mana. I
succeed.
Need
Where is he?
mana. Not enough mana.
Down over here? I mean, I really feel like I've searched this entire area. Right? Am I crazy?
Not enough mana.
He's got to be like in this middle of this section or something, right? No? Ah, there he is. Weird. Yeah, it makes sense. It wasn't a great time.
I need mana. Not enough mana.
No, we'll upload the video here again soon. We'll just have to redo it. Okay, let's go back. Two additional skills. We could put them also into static, or we can just continue bumping Ice Blast. Get more damage that way.
Not enough mana.
Now let's see if we can get an Am rune from our forge. Or a Thol rune. Both of those would be nice as we do want to make a spirit. And I do like to keep on players 1. I believe I'm on players 1, but I just did anyways. I do like to keep on players 1 in Act 4 generally. Hey, there's a Thol rune. That's great.
I can't carry anymore.
Now, if you, for some reason, do not have the hammer,
Not enough mana.
something that you can actually do, you can also telekinesis, is just go back and talk to Cain and he will give you another one. There's another Thol rune. So we're 1 Thol rune away from having an Am rune. Now we'd also need an additional Thol, but still better than nothing.
Not enough mana.
Yeah. Sorry, when you don't have the soul stone, not the hammer. If you don't have the soul stone, I've got dad brain, okay? If you don't have the soul stone, Cain will give you another soul stone. If he doesn't give it to you and you don't have it still, that means it's just somewhere in town there. Or maybe elsewhere in Act 4. But at the very least in town.
Not enough mana.
So we can kill Desace, we can kill all these baddies pretty easily. And get moving through. Let's check it out. Pretty solid. If the poison reds was something else, I would probably maybe put some strength in to use it, but
I can't carry anymore.
Terror stalks hell no more.
without that, nice and easy. I mean, Blizzard is really coming online now, showing its strength. Right, this is
Carry anymore.
this is what we were waiting for right here.
Hail to you, champion.
It's an okay armor for a mercenary if we wanted. It's an okay helm for a mercenary if we wanted. We could get an Act 5 mercenary. Give them both of these. Not needed, but why not? Now we'll go ahead and get some potions. Reason being, the potions are cheaper here than in Act 5 until we complete the first quest. So just need to make sure we have enough potions to go out there, teleport, and kill Shank.
My magic will break the siege.
So we'll head up here. And something to note is we're not quite level 25. So we'll get 25 right here, killing Shank. But beyond the Bloody Foothills, we would basically get no experience whatsoever at level 24 for killing bosses. or killing anything. So until you're level 25, you'll have that problem. So assuming you get to this point and you're level, let's say 23 or 24 or 22, whatever it is, you will need to go and farm the Flare Jungle, go farm Serena, whatever it is, again, some other monster to get that experience. So that you can get to 25 before you can advance forward and even kill Eldritch right here. You're going to have to do that. Now, Eldritch, as we've always discussed before, is somebody that you can just farm over and over. We can actually go to player's 8, of course. Put another point into Blizzard. Sell some things for more money. It was an intentional thing they put in, yes. But once you hit level 25, you no longer have those issues. There's no longer a penalty for killing monsters that are too high of a level. That is why you won't be able to if you're below 25. Because the mobs out here will be too high of a level for you. But you can rinse and repeat. Kill Eldritch as much as you would like, just like we do with the, all the guided playthroughs and the melee characters especially and stuff. You'll see this done more. With this character, she's kind of strong enough that you don't really need to do this as much. I still think it's a good idea for the general person that's, probably following this guide and stuff playing to do. Because it will get you more experience, which is more levels, which is more life, which is more skill and all of that. The better you get, the less that you'll feel the need to do that, especially with the Blizzard. Just because Blizzard's so strong here that we can kind of move forward still and have enough damage in the later sections. But play to your own speed and your own skills and strength. Don't try and play like a speedrunner if you are not a speedrunner. Because then you can end up in those situations where plenty of people do. I hear all the time, someone's like, Mr. Llama, I'm level 53 and I'm in Act 2 of Hell. Why am I struggling so much? It's like, well, don't be 53 in Act 2 of Hell. Let me do that. How high would I recommend going when you want to kill him? I wouldn't go above like 38 on him or anything, But I'd say you could very easily level on Eldritch to like 33, 34. And that could be great. We'll go ahead and grab Wolfgar. And we'll go ahead and give him some of this nice gear. There we go. We don't have to. We'll put some more vitality. And I'm actually going to go back and get a 3-socket shield now. Oh. Should have put it into strength. Didn't think about it. Okay. I'll just get a kite shield and we'll make our Ancient's Pledge a little later. Not a big deal.
Not enough mana. I need mana. Not enough mana.
Am I going for insight this run or just mashing putts? If we find the runes for an insight, I'd consider it, but I'm probably going to make lore first. So getting 2 souls.
Not enough mana.
Debatable. We can go ahead and do the Frozen River really fast just to grab our scroll for resistances. 10 all res is of course gorgeous.
I need mana. I need mana.
Now, we have our mercenary. Let's say we want to help our mercenary survive. Oh no, he's dying. What can we ever do to save him? We can do either A, drag and drop a potion over his body, or his portrait. Or B, we can do shift 1, 2, 3, or 4. In our case, shift 1.
Thanks.
And he will get the potion and allow him to continue fighting. When do we drop Shaco?
Not enough mana.
Ask Kano. I guess we should go grab the scroll, huh? So we'll talk to Mala, we'll get our scroll, and that gives us 10 to all resist, which is very useful on this character.
I need mana. I need mana.
Now it's always good to grab checkpoint waypoints whenever you're just kind of moving forward. So always consider like, hey, I'm out in the frozen tundra. I want to, you know, grab a waypoint out here. You can go look for it. Or the Ancients' Way. Maybe I'll grab that before the Ancients. Just, it can be useful to have those, especially when you're coming up on multiple areas that you've traveled without having one. Because, oh, if I die at Ancients, how long will it be to get back there, you know? Also, I didn't really mention it very much, but the 3 open socket kite shield that we got was something that you can shop in Act 1 and Act 2. So you can go to Farah, that's the best place. In Act 2 of Normal, only in Normal, and you can shop socketed shields, weapons, all of that, just like you can in Act 1, right? And so you can go between those places and just exit town, go back to the vendor, back out of town, back to the vendor, back and forth. And when you do that enough, you'll eventually find a 3-socket shield there. Don't you dare raid this channel, Kano. How dare you? That's my question to you. How dare you? You take it back. No, we don't want no consolation prize. Get out of here.
Not enough mana.
The goal of this guy. Wow.
Not enough mana.
And an easy Ancient's kill. We'll start putting into strength like we talked about. We'll need to get up to 47 strength. I never knew to.
I need mana.
Blah, blah, blah. Bet you found a Shaco while you were playing too or something, right?
I need mana.
Now, if you want to grab this waypoint, you totally can. He didn't, guys. That's a joke.
Not enough mana.
That'd be ridiculous.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana. I need mana. I need mana. I need mana.
Alright. So, farming the Bale waves can actually be really nice. Just a solid place to get experience. I like to go up to players 8. Again, your static will do a lot of the work here.
I can't carry anymore. I need mana.
Nice and simple. Wave 1 down. Make sure to set a safety town portal. And we're just gonna get in there and make sure we're staticking everybody. I do like rare amulets. Oh no, that was supposed to be strength. That's okay.
I need mana. Not enough mana. I need mana.
Is a lower res wand enough to break through elemental and new monsters?
No. So, lower res wand will not be enough to break through all the immunes. You'll need the Sunder Charm, honestly. Not even Conviction and lower resist combined is enough to break through a majority of cold immunes. You'll be able to break most lightning immunes, some fire immunes, and very few cold immunes. Which is why we'll need to have something else. Yeah, so we'll go over the WASD after this.
I need mana.
But we won't shop that until later anyways.
Not enough mana.
So when we get to Nightmare, we'll shop the low res wand and have that for use. Otherwise,
Not enough mana.
again, just really nice experience here. Plus source skills. Ooh, 5 energy, 25 mana. We do like that. We'll go more strength. And get another point into Blizzard. I knew it was going to happen. It wasn't a good enough time. I'm used to it too. Anytime I get any records, Kena goes and steals them. Or Teo before. It's my whole life. And perfect. More strength needed. We'll continue there. Grab the field plate for money. Go to players 1. And at level 30, I will put a point into Cold Mastery as opposed to a point to Blizzard. And we will static him down nice and easy. And booyakasha. Just like that. Act 1. Act normal. Part normal of Act 1. There we go. That's the words. Is done. 15 fire res. Nice on a ring right here. I'll put that over the 1 mana per kill. Go back, grab a few more of the pieces. Nothing great on the boots. True that, Stim. Whoa! What? 40 IAS, 293 ED? What? What is that? Yeah, obviously 11 to 31, you got to up it a couple times, but how about for the Venge Paladin, man? That's crazy. What a drop. That's wild. Now, before we move on to Nightmare, there's a few things. Number one, we can continue leveling. Again, we are only level 30. Number two, we can pick up a item right here. We might be able to grab higher FCR, 20 FCR. Sometimes you get 2 to source skills, 20 FCR, which can be really nice. Anything of that nature. This also, let's see our breakpoint. It brings us to 55 FCR, so if we find 10% more FCR, we will be at the 63 breakpoint, which would be really nice. Of course, we will be aiming for Spirit. We can go farm further. Farming Pindle is always not a terrible idea. Some decent experience out here, as well as, of course, Eldritch. So again, if you are looking to continue farming, Eldritch, Pindle, and Bale Waves are kind of 3 solid places that you can just farm, you know, a decent amount. You can quit the game and rejoin, as always. Yeah, I want to upgrade the base weapon on that. That's just sick. So, one of my favorite ways to go about kind of doing a farming cycle on it is either just farm Eldritch like this, or go there, back, then go over to Pindle.
I need mana. Not enough mana.
Farm Pindle. And rinse and repeat.
I need mana.
Additionally, something I didn't talk about yet, but is good to note, is that we want to get a 4-socket sword, right? At this point, a 4-socket sword would be really nice. So there's a few places you can do that. One, any broadsword or longsword that you find in Act 5 is going to be that. And in Act 4, you have to be careful what monster drops it. And that's just so cool. So that's number one. The easier way to do it is to go back and just do the cows. So we will head over here. We'll go save Mr. Kane.
Not enough mana.
Wherever he may be, there we go.
This ancient tree has an aura of magic about it.
Nice and easy. Looks like Ancient Tunnels is terrorized. And we are 31, so that'll be level 33. So we should be able to get any of the swords there as well.
Not enough
So we could also farm in the terror zone. That was weird. That one actually.
Not enough mana.
Okay, we can go back. Meme sausage, thank you. And we can make the cow portal, right? Nice and easy. Thank you for the Prime Meme Sausage, reminding everybody they may have a Twitch Prime sub available that they can throw around with some pity. We'll go and put another point Blizzard. Oops, that should have been Strength again. Oh well, it's fine. Again, we'll be leveling up very quickly. It's not a big deal. And we can go here, secret cow level. And just murder everything in the cow level. Now, what am I looking for out here? I'm looking for a white broadsword, longsword, or crystal sword with an emphasis on crystal, then broad, then long.
I need a key. I am overburdened.
If it is a socketed, I don't want it because you actually cannot drop a 4-socket sword here in normal. Maybe just 4-socket any item, honestly. So those are irrelevant. Instead, remember you can kill king. We have to find it white and then socket it with our socket quest to get it.
I need a key.
Let's just get the Hussar's boots that we wanted on the vengeance run. No. So there's a white longsword. So that's my least favorite because it does have the highest requirements, but technically it will get 4 sockets. Now, when you get into Nightmare, and you get into the later portions of Act 1 Nightmare or anything beyond that, you'll only be able to get broadswords and longswords because crystal swords will get 6 sockets after that. Yes, again, you can kill the king now in D2R. That is allowed. There's also really nice runes in the cows, so this can be another reason to run the cows. Because we can sometimes just come across that am rune that we really want. Now, if I were to find an ethereal sword, that would also work. So an ethereal crystal sword, broadsword, longsword, whatever, would also get us, because I'm not actually swinging it, and so it only loses durability when I actually swing the weapon. So if I'm not doing that, I'm not ever losing the durability, thus I can have crystal. But either way, plenty of good experience out here. There's another longsword. Not quite what we're looking for there. One more blizzard. Five mana is not enough. Is there any way to make the cows laugh? Is this a joke or an actual question? Kind of waiting for the punchline. Broadsword! Alright, perfect. So broadsword, like I say, a little bit better.
I need a key.
But we can continue, finish up a little bit more. Perfect. Okay, we'll go back to Act 5. Charge bolts, teleport. Magic Find is actually not bad. Those are not great. 20 fire res. This right here is 15 fire res and nothing else that matters. So I'll actually put the 20 fire res on. I'll save the 10 FCR for the future. But again, remember right now I'm at 45 FCR and 55 FCR. And if you take a look at, let's say, that's not what I want. Within Icy Veins, I have all the FCR breakpoints. You can see 37% and then 63%. And then 105 is the next, obviously 29 and 0. So from 0 to 10, I'll get a breakpoint. 10 to 20, I get a breakpoint. 20 to 30, I don't get a breakpoint. 30 to 40, I'll hit a breakpoint. But then I don't hit the next one until 63. So there's zero difference between 45 FCR and 55 FCR in a Sorceress. They are exactly the same. That is specifically to a Sorceress, not other characters where there's a 48% breakpoint, 46% breakpoint, depends the character. Icy Vein sponsorship. I wrote all these guides. These are all mine. So I don't know if you really call that a sponsorship so much as
What do you need?
they're my guides. Anyways, we take the sword that we got from anywhere in Act 5 or we got in the cows. We socket it at Larzik and it will get 4 sockets. So we can go for Tal, Thol, Ort, Am when we get to Nightmare and get those. And then we can make a Spirit Sword and we'll make our Ancient's Pledge right here, which again we actually can use. And Broadsword, we need 48 strength. We'll go up just to have a base of 48. So Ral, Ort, Tal makes Ancient's Pledge. And that's 48 all resist with 43 cold res. Just very good resistances to help us out. You can see we're max res in normal. We'll have pretty decent res in Nightmare. And kind of in a good spot. So let's take a review of the character where they're at right now. We are enough strength for the weapon that we're going to need for Spirit. If you have a Crystal Sword, it's 43 strength. If you have a Broadsword, it's 48. If you have a Longsword, it's 55 and 39 dexterity. So that's why the Longsword's a little annoying because you have to have a few more stats put in. Otherwise, the rest in Vitality. And we actually do have 15 points in energy, right? For our stats, or our skills, we have 3 in Static Field. I like having a couple extra points in it. And then even with the plus skills, it's just nice to have a bigger static rather than a single point. But you can run 1 point, you can run 5 or 6 points. Kind of up to you how big you want that range to be. 1 here and 1 in Teleport. Nothing in our Fire Tree. And then we maxed out Blizzard. We have 1 point in Cold Mastery currently. And then we're putting in Glacial Spike and Ice Blast. If we want, when we get a little bit later into Nightmare, maybe like level 38 or 40 or whatever it is, we can actually respec again and put more points into Cold Mastery and Blizzard at the same time, as Cold Mastery does do a nice boost to the damage by lowering the enemy res. So every point you get in there is pretty sweet. And then 1 point in Frozen Armor, of course. For our gear, we just have this 20 FCR that we got. Nothing too crazy. 1 to Glacial Spike, sure, but this will be replaced by Spirit. Warmth is not worth it until you have many, many, many plus skills. Honestly, don't worry about it playing through the game. Wait until like your character is built out. We have a tiered helm just for mana per kill. We could have also put one of the Rao runes in here just for some fire res, but I felt pretty fine. 5 energy, 25 mana. Again, just having extra mana is pretty nice on the character. We also have a 5 all res Ami. And then 200 cold res. Ancient's Pledge. Stealth, of course. 5 res gloves. These will be replaced. 20 fire res ring. 17 light res, 17 hit recovery belt. And 15 fire res ring here. We don't have any boots. Not a big deal. Again, we can always just go to Nightmare and shop. So shopping is very underutilized, I think, by a lot of people. You'll want to just head on in and you can just shop things. Oh, look, a 23 cold res belt. That was easy. You can shop a nice helm. You can shop boots and gloves, right? And you can just rinse and repeat this as much as you want. We could also go and imbue a pair of boots, which could be really nice. See if we can get something solid from that. We can imbue a belt later. So, like I say, all of this is really something that you'll just do over time as you're figuring it out. Let's actually go imbue a pair of boots if we don't find anything good on this one. 32 fire res is not bad. See, like, that's pretty solid. That's just easy 32 fire resist. Maxes our fire res out. We're 40 on the others. Maybe I'll save my imbue for a belt or some gloves. We'll figure it out later. Not a big deal. But that's not even really like lucky. You can just find these things super easily. It's really nice. So yeah, it's just very simple. So anyways, we're level 33. You can be a higher level. You can be the same. You can even be a lower level heading into Nightmare. We will be heading to the Countess, looking to get that Am rune, looking to get probably an Ort Soul rune as well for a lore, and then looking to move forward from there. But regardless, that is part Nightmare. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, YouTube. Peace.